Welcome to Jesus TV. This is a special episode. It is an introduction episode for Jesusdance, which is a film festival. In this movie, and I call movie moving pictures, film, cinema, video. I don't care much about those traditions. I'm not saying they're not good traditions. I'm just not familiar with them. So when I say movie, I'm making a movie here. You're also making TV. Yeah, I'm making a video. You can call it what you want. Jesus just wants me to get on the road and we'll worry about the fineries of what we call film, cinema, video, moving pictures. Well, in this movie, film, video approximation, you got to love that word, approximation. Oh, I didn't say it was cinema. I said it's cinema approximation and film approximation and video approximation. Maybe we'll just call this the Jesusdance Film Festival approximation. Anyhow, I like that slippery word that covers a multitude of sins and a multitude of my ignorance. Let you get on the road and refine movies, films, and festivals and redefine them. In this movie, you are going to be introduced to how to submit a movie to the Jesusdance Film Festival. That's the purpose of this episode. But like a lot of episodes that Jesus has me do, it's got layers. So we're going to look at a layer before we get into the nuts and bolts. First, let's look at the provenance. Are you familiar with that term? Provenance, Provenance. You didn't say providence, you said provenance, correct, which means where it's from. First, let's look at the provenance, where it's from, of Jesusdance. Obviously, this film festival is from Jesus, as are any film festivals that bring lovely, good report, praiseworthy things to pictures, to the screen. They have Jesus in them because he's in all things and through all things, even in darkness. The darkness comprehendeth him not, but he's in all things. To appreciate the birth of Jesusdance, we need to consider its older siblings. Oh, it's got siblings? Yes, it does. That have been dancing around the world of cinema for decades. Actually dancing in Utah in particular. Perhaps you've heard of the Sundance Film Festival. We could call this the oldest sibling, the forerunner of Jesusdance. That festival, Sundance Film Festival, started in 1978. The Sundance Film Festival, formerly Utah U.S. Film Festival, then it became the U.S. Film and Video Festival. And then, of course, it needed to become what it is now so that Jesusdance would be understood. So Sundance, Dancing with the Sun, right, is an annual film festival organized by the Jesusdance Institute. It is the largest independent film festival in the United States, with more than 46,660 people attending in 2016. It takes place each January in Park City, Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, and the Sundance Resort, a ski resort near Provo, Utah. And it acts as a showcase for new work from American and international independent filmmakers. The Sundance Film Festival is an annual film festival that focuses on low-budget, independent films and emerging artists. The mantra that it lives by states, by filmmakers, for filmmakers. It is a unique festival which is not similar to others out there because filmmakers fully program the event. It adamantly encourages self-governments among independents and only delivers what filmmakers attend the festival to see. The week-long celebrations take part every January in the astonishingly spectacular snow-capped mountains of Park City, Utah. The festival was born out of rejection. What? I think you're mixing some, oh, that's slam dance. I misspoke. All right. So you have Sundance. Okay. Yep. Let's do a little editing. This is a film editing, but you didn't go back and edit it. I am now. Okay. So I ended this Sundance. All right. Provo, Utah. Okay. That's what that is. That's Sundance. Sundance. Okay. Here's what I forgot to say. The Slam Dance Film Festival. The next sibling. Okay. The next youngest sibling started in 1995. So Sundance started in 1978. In 1995, the Slam Dance Film Festival was born. Okay. It, the Slam Dance, focuses on low budget independent films. So maybe kind of in contrast to Sundance, featuring more advanced artists with bigger budgets, perhaps. But the mantra that Slam Dance lives by is by filmmakers for filmmakers. It is a unique festival. So Jesusdance is going to be by Christians who love Jesus, who also make movies. It is a unique festival, Slam Dance is, which is not similar to others out there because filmmakers fully take over the program. Okay, the festival was born out of rejection. I like this part. Okay, so the younger brother, so you got Sundance, woo, in the sun. It's Sundance has its roots in Robert Redford's Sundance. He bought the Sundance ski resort, and he started this Sundance film thing, and the festival grew out of that. And so, what did the younger brother? Slam Dance. It was born out of rejection. It goes back to when a group of subversive and cheerful filmmakers did not get a chance to be part of Sundance Film Festival. We can't be part of Sundance Film Festival, so we'll start our own film festival. They could not accept no for an answer. And in fact, I don't have this in the script, but I know that one of the things they did, because they time it the same thing as Sundance, and they had to find other venues because all the theaters were hogged up by the older brother, Sundance. And then Slam Dance slammed in there to the library. They find out Sundance didn't think ahead enough. Oh, we need to shut that down. But anyways, the library was open, some other buildings. And so Slam Dance started having their film festival in the little corners, the nooks and corners, what I'd call kind of like the manger scene. There's no room in the end. Nope, we've got that all booked. Well, is there any lower places we can find? And so they did, because they could not accept no for an answer. Thus decided to start their event they called Slam Dance, Anarchy in Utah. That's what it was first called, Slam Dance Anarchy in Utah. It was highly successful. Slam Dance has been for over 20 years. Yeah, I saw it up on some Main Street Park City. They've got a beautiful office and so forth. So over time, they became the cat's meow as well. So you had Sundance, the oldest brother or sister, whatever you want, oldest sibling, and then Slam Dance. Slam Dance. What are you doing? Okay, well, Slam Dance showcases an emerging and independent storytellers and artists and filmmakers. Over the years, it has managed to create a name in the industry for premiering independent movies that first-time directors who are working with limited funds make. It runs simultaneously with the Sundance Film Festival in Park City. Well, isn't that convenient? At the same time, these people are coming in to go to the Sundance Film Festival. There's options now. Oh, so I could go to a Sundance Film Festival. I could go to the Sundance Film Festival or the Slam Dance, or maybe I can do both. There you go. Slam Dance slams in. Slam Dance represents an approximation of disruptive technology. Really, Greg? Really? Slam Dance represents an approximation of disruptive technology. Are you alluding to the fact that Jesusdance is going to then be the third sibling that's going to be disruptive to the whole shebang? Maybe. That's up to Jesus. Sundance was not super happy to share Park City and the limelight. The devil likes monopolies. So do each of us. When we gain a little authority, as we suppose, we immediately begin to exercise unrighteous dominion. Hey, this is my festival. I own Park City and Heber and Salt Lake. Oh, you're moving in on my action. The devil doesn't like that. And you see that right now in U.S. Antichrist, all as well as Zion, Babylon culture where we are. These big monoliths, empires, Amazon doesn't want to share the wealth. They just want everybody to click on Amazon. You want to play ball? You got to work with Amazon, and so on and so forth. All these big empires that we have going on right now prior to Jesus coming again. The devil likes monopolies. Yes. Okay. So where does this uh, Jesus dance come in? Well, it has its roots. Let's look at slam dance. What does that even mean? Slam dance. That sounds like somebody's dancing in a slammy way. Exactly. So it's called moshing, moshing. I think moshing. I could say moshing or moshing. It's also known as slam dancing or simply slamming. It is an extreme style of dancing in which participants push or slam into each other. I didn't get to do that. I just gently did the bear hug. Junior high. Yeah, we did slam. Typically performed to aggressive live music such as heavy metal or punk rock. So it's a type of dance that's like full contact. Moshing usually happens in the center of the crowd, generally closer to the stage, in an area called the mosh pit, right? It is intended to be energetic and full of body contact. Well, if you like touching, maybe you like slamming. My informed guess is that in 1995, Robert Redford and the Sundance Film Festival, and those with vested interest in keeping things focused, you can't blame them. They were not really happy about these slam dancers moving in. You know, I can't go sell Big M burgers. Hey, it's just called the Big M burgers. Nope, I'm going to sue you. That's what McDonald's would do. You try to open up anything that looks even an approximation of McDonald's, they're coming after you. No, but it's the M is for Mueller, not McDonald's. Yeah, right. And you're serving the Big M. Yeah, the Big M. I was going to call it the Big BM, but that didn't seem right. There's something wrong about that. I don't want to have a Big BM. I want to have a Big M, big old burger, and be They'd say, "No, you're trying to do Big Mac." They'd get on to you. So sue me. I got a Big M burger. Jesus Mountain. Okay. There's a mountain over here in Spring City, and I don't know what the Indians used to call it, but somebody slammed them. It's called the Mormon Pioneers. They came and like, I think that looks like a horseshoe, so we're going to call it Horseshoe Mountain. Well, a few years ago, a couple of years back or whatever, Jesus had me announce on Facebook that mountain that people refer to as Horseshoe Mountain, it's getting renamed, apparently. At least it's being publicly considered. And so we're waiting for public comment. And it's the Zion Recolonization Committee that's doing this. So we could accept your comments. And it created a firestorm. Jesus likes doing that. He likes stirring the waters, as you'll see in The Chosen, if you watch The Chosen. He likes stirring the waters. And so that's what he did using his servant, Greg. And so after I put that announcement out, it went all the way to the governor. Oh, yes, it did. And the governor told Mike Black, that ain't going to happen. Oh, no, not on my watch. Got his guns out. I'm just kidding. Well, his metaphorical guns. They're not kidding about. Like, that's not going to change. But it did. It's Jesus Mountain now. That is called the official nickname of what was formerly known as Horseshoe Mountain. Now, here's the thing. There's room in Jesus land. They go, no, you guys just keep calling it. In fact, we'll say that that's the official name. The official name, which is it really? Because what did the Indians call it? Hey, hushy on the Indian thing. All right. My grandfather grew up and that was the shoe or the horseshoe. Oh, so it wasn't just horseshoe. Sometimes they would call it the shoe. Your grandpa was starting to mess up with the word. So apparently there's some flexibility. Well, yeah, you can call it the horseshoe or the shoe or something, maybe the horse, but you can't call it Jesus Mountain. That's too blatant, isn't it? Yeah. But what does it look like? It looks like, to me, Jesus' mountain because he created it. So I don't know, maybe. But here's the thing. The Zion Reclamation or the Zion Recolonization Committee ended up saying, you know what? The official name will stay as is, but the official nickname is Jesus Mountain. Let's see. Well, I can go through a number of those examples, but I don't need to. All I'm going to go do is go back to Sundance had the sibling come in here and slam them. And they did a slam dance and everybody's fine. The Sundance Film Festival is still booming, making money. Now slam dance is making money. Well, is anybody getting more Jesus or are they just getting more money? I think it's just more money. Well, Jesus in 2022 said, we need to make an adjustment here. We need the third sibling, and here it comes. Thus, Jesusdance Film Festival is born in the manger scene, for those that have eyes to see, because there was no room at the end. Jesus says you don't need to contact Slamdance or Sundance. They probably will, well, close the door. It's born of rejection. So like Slamdance, this film festival that we're participants in is born of rejection. We came into our own, hey, we're filmmakers too, and our own received us not. But Jesusdance is then appropriately associated with slam dancing. Greg, tell them the story of the palace in Provo, bringing Jesus LDS approximation to the Gothland. Okay, when I was going to school, for some reason, Jesus put it in my heart. I think I was a forerunner. He just wanted to make me feel, what does it feel like, Greg, to be a deviant among the deviants? So there's this place called the Palace over on, I think it was 500 West in Provo. And they had these different levels of dancing. And I think the top one may have been country or like popular music. Then there was another level which would play. No, I think the top one was country, is what I recall, but it doesn't matter. Different genres of music. Then the one below, because I guess you go downstairs. The one below is popular music, including classic rock. But then you go one level lower, which is the basement, and they had like dark gothic. People were dressed up with rings in their nose in the dark, and that's where I went, because I wanted to do not slam dancing per se, but I wanted to dance. I have a funky dance, and I like interpretive dance, and so it's really so weird. I thought, well, I'll just have to go where it's weirdest. Get used to different. Get used to the third level down. Well, what was interesting about that experience was those people weren't very happy. You could kind of tell with my dancing. Not that it was weird. Their dancing was weird too, but I was inappropriately dressed. I was dressed like this, kind of like a returned missionary. So, hey guys, Jesus is in the house. We're kind of trying to get rid of that vibe. Once you go upstairs or all the way upstairs, there's probably more Jesus in country music than anything. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I felt what it felt like to go slam somebody's vibe, right? And welcome to America, right? The melting pot didn't melt and mold, I don't think. Didn't stay down there long enough. I probably did it a few times. Felt the rejection. So reject among the rejects. Well, that's enough for that story. This is our first year of Jesusdance. So maybe we're reading the tea leaves too pessimistically, but I don't know that Sundance and Slam Dance will totally want to dance with us, with those who are submitting films to Jesusdance Film Festival. We'll see. Maybe in the years to come, they're like, oh, we love Jesus, and you guys introduced a great theme here. We want you to work with us and some of our people get with your peoples, and we'll spread the word. This will be Jesus time. We'll see. I don't know. Now, in this part of the episode, we go on to what Jesusdance is doing and how we're approaching it. So this is time for full confessional. We're actually going forth not knowing beforehand the things which we should do. We haven't run a film festival, at least I haven't. Jesus has, but I haven't. And so things are pretty wide open, and how Jesus rolls, like, open it up, Greg. Open the doors, receiving movies. So we're underway. But what I'm going to have to do is just, even in this episode, like, okay, Jesus, what do you want me to say? He says, do improv. Start with the frequently asked questions and have hope, Greg, and believe that you'll get the general idea. And so will the people that are called to this Jesusdance Film Festival. So if you have any additional questions that aren't covered here, or if you have ideas, you may be called to help us this year or next year build up Jesus Dance Film Festival in Park City, Utah. Yeah, we're going to do it at the same time as Jesus Dance and Slam Dance and Sundance. So look for us there. And by the way, we're going worldwide as Sundance and Slam Dance have done. COVID was a blessing, and they're now showing their films online as well as live. So we will do that too. That's going to be very helpful. So wherever you're at in the world, you'll be able to attend Jesus Dance. Come dancing just like they did when I was just a kid, when they said come to Jesus Dance Film Festival. My heart always did. How do I submit? This is the first question that people might have. I'm ready. You had me from Jesus Dance and from Slam Dance and Sundance. But yeah, how do I submit? Just email me, goldmuller@gmail.com, and we'll work it out. I'll just say, hey, what's your film called? What's it about? Oh, it's about loving the devil. Yeah, probably we're going to have to find you a different venue, but I like that you're spiritually focused. All right. But now we're looking for dancing with Jesus. What do I submit? Yeah. Okay. So that's the next question. Really, anything with more Jesus in it. It's motion pictures, so moving pictures. It could be a slideshow. It could be a slideshow. That'd be cool, the slideshow. This is a movie. Yeah. Just move the camera a little bit and those things are moving. And it's moving anyway. So slideshows work. Yeah. Oh boy. You guys have a wide open. Jesus does. He'll call anything a movie. Okay. What do I submit? You might be able to even submit like stories, because you can make movies up in your head if you read people's stories. So we could be doing that. We are going to be so avant-garde. Yes, Jesus is on the cutting, leading, bleeding edge of film festivals. You can just count on that. What was he telling me when I was coming down here? We were going to do something, Jesus. And it was very cutting edge. I'm like, oh, I like it. We're going to have Jesus tacos on Park City Street. That's good. And we're going to do Jesus Street preaching. I bet they don't do that at Sundance or Slam Dance, but they will at Jesus Dance. That's good. What was the other things? Okay, it'll come back. He said, don't worry about it. It'll come. So what do I submit? Basically, the content of the films. This is one of the criteria. Anything with more Jesus. And when we're talking about more Jesus, it's blatant Jesus is the emphasis. So you can't show us pansies and like, consider the lilies. Oh, you can actually do that as long as you're quoting Jesus. Yeah, consider the lilies of the field. But like, let's suppose you just didn't say that. You just had pictures of roses. Well, we all know that roses are beautiful, lovely, and good report and praiseworthy. Oh my goodness, there's so much advertising. It's good. That's Jesus. Okay, I don't doubt that. But what we're looking for is more Jesus. That's what we're looking for. We want to dance with more Jesus. And so if you had a film that focused on flowers and Jesus, well, then just make sure to mention his name, acknowledge the Lord in all things. Just do more Jesus than you normally would find on PBS or anywhere on Antichrist, US Antichrist, all as well as Zion, Babylon, cult culture. Yeah, just give us more Jesus, and then it's in the running. But blatant Jesus is the emphasis, and it's the distinguishing characteristic of Jesus Dance. You notice in the very title. All right. So Sundance, well, I think that probably refers to the sun, which is the Son of God, right? And dancing, which is movement, and movement probably refers to life, because life is movement, and the opposite of movement, death. That's why it's called damnation. Oh, so Sundance is all about Jesus, perhaps, but it's not blatant. All right. What about Slam Dance? Yeah, slam. Jesus slams into us, with beautiful scriptures and blah blah blah. You get it? Yeah, you could reason your way to, and I think quite reasonably, to say, oh, that Sundance and Slam Dance already have some Jesus. I would agree, but guess what is different about Jesus Dance? Oh, it has his name. Yeah. Well, why do you have to be so blatant? Go take your film over to Sundance. If you don't like that, go take your film over to Slam Dance. Oh my goodness, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But you know what's really good and even better? Jesusdance. And now, how blatant you want to be is up to you. But I think The Chosen, which some people call the TV series, but Jesus has submitted as a movie. So that's our first entry was Jesus. He goes, I'd like to submit the Chosen. Wow, the whole season 1, season 2, season 3. I want to submit that as a film. I'm not sure, Jesus. No, that's not what I would do. Like, done. Okay, we'll consider it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to make the cut. And then he'll be in competition. Do you think Jesus will win? I think The Chosen's got a good chance. It was the first one in. Okay. But it's also a good example of what we're talking about. If you watch The Chosen, you're like, what are they talking about here? What are they talking about here? Are they talking about flowers? Yeah, there's some flowers in there. I remember that. Yeah, it's good. Flowers are pretty. It's good report and praiseworthy. That's true. Are they talking about water? Yep, I remember water. Yep, there was water. There was a guy trying to get in the water. Yep, and there's handicapped people. So, yep, you can do handicapped people. But something that stands out about The Chosen is it's about Jesus. So it's pretty blatant. Number 3, somebody says, Greg, I see Hollywood movies on the entries page. Yeah, so if you go to, and you'll see that we've already had some people submit movies. These are entries, so we're showing the entries as they come in. The second one is Groundhog Day, and the next one is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Popeye. This person says, what's up with that? And I say, well, yeah, so you're talking about Hollywood films and there's not a lot of Jesus in them. Well, here's the thing. Notice the revised title. So if you go to that entries page, you will notice that the titles aren't Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day with more Jesus. It's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure with more Jesus. It's Popeye with more Jesus. See, that then scores them well. If they just submitted Groundhog Day, we'd like, I'll consider it, but I don't know if it's going to make the cut. But Groundhog Day with more Jesus, that may make the cut. We'll have to watch your movie. And so, of course, that's my movie. Jesus will decide whether it's in, but I kind of got good vibes. He's like, submit this, Greg. I think it'll do well. Like, okay. And Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Oh, yeah. If it's got more Jesus, like, yep, it says with more Jesus. And Popeye with more Jesus. Yeah. So those have a really good chance of making the cut. That will be winning something. I think everybody's going to win more Jesus, if nothing else, which is awesome. So notice those revised titles. They indicate what's up. And basically the emphasis is more Jesus. I believe that many of the submissions over the years will be from movie makers who are following this mashup example. All right. So they follow that example. So we're just setting some examples. We're leading by example. Number 4 question. Hollywood movies, Greg? How do you not violate copyright restrictions? Ooh. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Actually, I had. I'm like, Jesus, how do we not violate copyright restrictions? Because, yeah, as far as I know, Groundhog Day, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Popeye, and the other movies that are coming, they are owned by Hollywood, by empires. How do you not violate copyright restrictions? And I think Jesus's answer, when I hear that still small voice, he says, the same way that every bishop, pastor, stake president legally speeds on the highway and not get pulled over. In the same way, I, Greg, in the 1970s, legally recorded songs playing on the radio. I'm going to record that. Stairway to Heaven. Awesome. Yeah. Do you have the legal right to do that? I got a finger like this. I pushed on that and then it records it. No, I said, do you have the legal right to have a finger? Yes, I do. I think I have a right to have a finger, but it's not in the, I don't think it's in the Bill of Rights. They should have put that in the Bill of Rights. He has the right to have a finger. And somebody cut that off. Yeah, well, you did. You stuck it in a lawnmower. No, this was a bike chain. This one was a lawnmower. Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, yeah. Same way that Biden legally provides student loan forgivenesses. There you go. The same way that Nephi legally slayed Laban. The same way that church leaders in the early 1900s, late 1800s, in Brigham Young's day, kept their marriages, their plural marriages, going after it was declared illegal. So however they did that legally, or whatever they did, same way that deep Christians will legally protest the beast. Oh, yeah, I suppose that everything will be legal in some sense. The same way our forefathers legally did their works in the pubs and so forth. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going, okay, so the King of England and so forth, and then we're going to do this thing. Is what you guys doing and planning, is that legal? Yeah, in a certain way. The same way that, boy, why do I say there? Same way that boy legally. I don't know what that is. What's your point, Greg? Well, what's Jesus's point? Jesusdance is a punk approximation. So we're going to be unconventional, get used to different. You might get used to speeding on the highway. Well, most of us who are, in fact, I think absolutely every one of us who are listening to this right now, Greg, break the law technically by speeding on the highway. Because if it says 65, then how much can I legally go over 65? I don't know. Ask a police officer, ask a judge, and see what their answer is. Get used to different. Okay, so Greg, what I hear you saying is you're going rogue. You're going rogue. No, I'm going with Jesus. If Jesus is going rogue, then I'm going with Jesus, and we're both going rogue. Well, that does sound like a slam dance operation. I know, but it's not. It's a Jesus dance. So we are going to dance with Jesus, and we'll find the way forward. And so what this then means, because this is about all the information I've got for you, is that when these films are submitted, all right, we will have to consider where's the appropriate venue. How can we share these without getting into legal trouble, unless Jesus wants us to preach in the prisons, which is fine. So maybe he will say, no, you just go do this. And I'm like, okay, that's good. But I think Jesus is going to have us do things that allow us to, well, to do what you do when you speed on the highway. So you're saying you're still going to do it? Yeah. And everybody's going to be okay with it? Yeah. Jesus says, Greg, I'm as wise as a serpent, but I'm harmless as a dove. People say, oh, it's just a stupid thing going on. Jesusdance isn't a real thing. That's what they thought about slam dance the first year too. Wait until you see what happens with Jesusdance. Woo! Not because I'm doing it, because Jesus is. And so, well, you don't even know what he's doing. Correct. You would be correct, which then makes me think, whoa, Jesus, you're doing something here, aren't you? And he is. So we're going to be online. We're going to be live downtown Park City. We're going to be all over the world. So that's the thing, like where these play. So they may be playing in Russia, and that somebody will have a camera. They're going to be in a theater, and they're going to be recording one of the movies that's on the theater. And then you're going to be able to watch it on your YouTube thing or Facebook Live or some other feed. And like, oh, we're watching the Jesus movie that's a mashup version of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Who's this guy? And the guy that's submitting that one is Aaron Smith. He's doing that with Jesus. What's he talking about? Well, he's going to be talking about the Jesus that if you have eyes to see, you'll be able to see in Bill and Ted's Adventure. What's this Greg guy? Oh, great movie producer in kindergarten. Yeah, kindergarten. He's talking about how Groundhog Day is hidden and disguised. It's actually a message from Jesus, and it has a very intense and important message in the Groundhog Day. And he's going to elucidate that and show the world that Jesus-related thing. Oh, so that's how then you take something that looks like it doesn't have Jesus and you stick more Jesus. Yeah, you pump it up. Let's pump this up. Let me show you what's inside there. And then Popeye, yeah, another one of God's great up and coming movie directors and filmmakers is Anson Everett. And he's going to show, lo and behold, Popeye. Yeah, starring Robin Williams. Popeye has a lot of Jesus in it. And then you'll hear Anson be like, director's cut. Well, here you're going to see this scene. And however he decides to do it, I don't know how he's going to do it. Maybe he will insert himself. He'll have some editing technology. So he'll put Jesus inside there. Every time you see Popeye, you see Jesus. I don't know. I leave that between them and Jesus. I just know that Jesus and myself have to make determinations of what is allowable, what is going to get in, what's going to get out. I kept the right ones out. Oh, that's Sundance. And let the wrong ones in. That's Sundance and Slam Dance. Had an angel of mercy to help me know what movies to include in the Jesus Dance Film Festival. There were times in my life when I was going insane, and then I heard Jesus say, when you lose your grip and you get lost on your way, yes, Greg, you know that you do almost every day. So now it's time to give birth to a film festival called Jesusdance. It's amazing. When Jesusdance is born in 2023, yeah, it's amazing. And I'm saying a prayer for all you budding artists and directors and sound people and light people and movie lovers, saying a prayer for you desperate hearts who want more Jesus, because your prayers have been answered. There is now officially worldwide a film festival that is being inaugurated, celebrated, and it's called Jesusdance Film Festival. And it's coming to Park City, Utah, at the same time as Slam Dance and Sundance Film Festival. There you go. That's all you need to know, and probably more, so get hold of me. This is the end of the Jesus's TV special. The purpose of this was to introduce Jesusdance, to let you know how to get hold of me. gomuller@gmail.com, GOMULLER@gmail.com. And that's how you submit your films. That's how you get more information. You call me. Well, what if I don't want to call you? Then talk to Jesus. He can tell you all the details. And then he'll tell me, I guess. I don't know how this works. I'm just doing the best I can. And that's what I expect you to do with your films. All right, looking forward to that. I see the future, that there'll be Christian organizations that will submit to Jesusdance. There'll be Baptist one, LDS one, Catholic ones, and this will come together. So it's a little rough. And so this is a point in history. What is this point in history? November 27th, 2022. And Thanksgiving is still continuing. I'm thankful, God, for helping me get used to different, for helping me build my Jesus Greg World, www.getmorejesus.com, in which there's now installed a film festival. In my Jesus Greg World is installed, or being installed right now, a film festival. And there can be one in your world too. If you want to build a Jesus world, which you should, then you should install, I think, the Jesusdance Film Festival. More on that later. God bless you. God keep you. God is with you till we meet again.